Hello, I'm Jeff Power, Senior Writer for Real-Time Fantasy Sports. Welcome to RT Sports Weekly. This is the weekly live stream here on Twitch on my channel, JPower18, JPAUR18. So if you're watching this on the tape video that I set up on YouTube, you can watch it live if you ever want to here on Twitch. It's JPower18. I do it every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the stream dedicated to all things real-time fantasy sports. Very excited to bring this to everybody because I want to talk about the users on our site that are doing well in our contests. I want to talk about the site, also tell you what's going on at Real-Time Fantasy Sports, any issues that might be going on with our support team that we can bring up and help you get through. Also talk about features on the site, some strategy stuff. I'll answer any questions as well. If you ever have any questions, put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. Lineup questions, waiver wire questions, you name it. I'll answer those questions here on this live stream. Also, if you ever want to email me, just do it at jeff@rtsports.com. I usually get to every question that is asked of me in my email. Also on Twitter, it's at Jeff Power, JEFFPAUR. I'll answer questions on there. I also do a weekly live chat on Twitter where I'm there for an hour dedicated on Thursdays at this time on Thursdays, though. So that's tomorrow if you want to join the Twitter chat, and I'm happy to go through any questions you might have for me as well. So that's the spiel on RT Sports Weekly. That's what I'm doing right now. Very excited about that. Let's get to it. Let's talk about some news and notes going on. The first one, we have our big Super Shootout game happening this week. Let me show you what that is here. This is the Super Shootout. This is a game that we do. It's 100% payback, so we don't take any money from this. It all goes to everybody in the contest. It's limited to 500 teams, and it normally sells out every time. Simple PPR scoring. We pick 3 games you can make a lineup from. You can take any players you want from these 3 teams. I want to show you this as well, the teams that we have picked for this week. I can't click on it right now, so I'm going to have to bring up the browser. But here's the payouts. First place, $1,000. Second place, $500. Third place, $500. Fourth place, $250. Fifth place, $250. And then 6th to 30th place, $100. So this is 100% payout, limited to 500 teams. It's the Super Shootout. Go to rtsports.com/Super Shootout to sign up today. And I'm going to show you the teams you have to pick from this week. I have to click on a different link here, so give me 1 second to bring that up for you. It is, let me see here. Right here. Sorry about that. Taking me 1 second to bring it up. There it is. These are the games for this week. It's Pittsburgh 3-3 at Cleveland 4-3. This is a big divisional game. Should have some good fantasy points in this one. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. That's the 3 o'clock game. And then the Sunday night game is Dallas at Minnesota. So you can pick from these 3 games to make a lineup for the Super Shootout. That's our contest for this week. 100% payout. Like I said, everything goes back to people who signed up for this site. So it's a really cool contest. You can see the people that signed up as well. It's limited to 5 entries. It's $10 an entry also. So if you want to pay $10, you can get a chance to win $1,000. Really cool contest. We're proud to bring it to you. And I think it's really great that we pay back 100% as well. So I wanted to mention that Super Shootout this week. It is happening here at Real Time Fantasy Sports. Go to rtsports.com, and then you can click on the Money League link at the top of the page, and you can see that Super Shootout link to sign up on that Money League page. Also, DFS. NBA DFS is going on right now. The league started last week. We have NBA match going on right now, 10% insta match. If you put in the code HOOPS21, HOOPS 21, you get a 10% match if you want to start playing DFS here at Real Time Fantasy Sports. It's a great DFS site to use. We don't have a lot of the big time sharks in it. Good payouts as well. So if you want to do NBA, we have NFL every week also going on right now, but we currently have a 10% match for NBA. Again, the deposit code is HOOPS21. Really easy to get into. Also, MLB World Series going on right now. Last night, Braves won that first game. I don't know who you're rooting for. I think 95% of America, those people living in Houston, are probably rooting for Houston. But outside of that, everybody probably wants Atlanta to win. I do as well. I'm not a big fan of that Houston Astros team with all the shenanigans that went on with them a few years ago. So I'm rooting for Atlanta. But as soon as that World Series is over with, and maybe Atlanta wins, maybe they keep the momentum going. If that happens, good deal. But also, regardless, as soon as the MLB World Series is finished, we will open up our money contest for next season. So you can start drafting there shortly after the World Series is over with. And I mentioned this on the stream last week. If you have any suggestions at all for our games, formats, different whatever formats you want, or ideas about position eligibility or the way we handle the championships, anything at all, please don't hesitate to email that to us. It's support@rtsports.com. We take all suggestions to heart. So if you have anything at all that you think you want to see in our MLB games, please do that now. Now is the time to do that before the games open up. We're more than happy to take a look at that, and we definitely take those suggestions to heart. So please consider sending in any suggestions you might have for MLB. Enjoy the World Series, but when it's over with, you can start drafting. Now let's talk about a couple features on our site. I like to do this every week before I get into those championship leaders. Let's talk about a couple features we have. I'm going to bring up this one right now. This is one you might not be familiar with. We actually have an not MLB, we have a real-time fantasy sports forum. So if you go to RTSports.com and it's /forums. So /forums, you can get to this. There's also links on that rtsports.com page as well. But if you just want to type it in, it's rtsports.com forums. These are the forums. You can, all different stuff. There's a lot of interaction on here with our users. I know a lot of people like to use the lobby pages for interaction with people, but this is a great spot to do that as well. Our forums, we have our different boards, help me section, commissioner's corner. So like I talked about with that MLB stuff, if you have any suggestions, you can go here. We definitely look at all this stuff, as you can see on here. That's our forums. It's rtsports.com/forums. Kind of a neat little feature we have for our users here. I just clicked on the real-time board, and we have the app in here as one of the categories, and then someone put please add a gift to message board, stuff like that. So it's definitely stuff we look at, and it's stuff for you to post in here as well. If you have any suggestions about anything that you want to see for the site, or if you have any you have any maybe start sit questions too, that's definitely happens on this site. So I wanted to bring up that. That's our RT Sports forums, kind of a neat little feature we have here at Real Time Fantasy Sports. Now I want to talk about another new feature we have. This is this year's feature. This is our side bet challenge. So you can do side bets on our site. This is where you can bet somebody in your league. If you're playing them for the week, say, hey, I think I'm going to beat you this week. I want to put some money on the line. I'm going into a site that I have with a bunch of people that that work for Real Time Fantasy Sports. It's our league, kind of our home league. But I'm doing this because somebody actually made a side bet for me, so I can show you what it looks like. So if you go to team and then side challenge, this is where you can get to that. And on this page, you can make challenges with people. You can bet. So I can bet with Andy Reid fan, Battle Monkey Hawks. So as you can see on here, the Headbangers team made a side bet challenge with me. He bet me $1 that he would beat me this week or score more points than me this week. I can accept or reject that. As you can see, it expires on Thursday, October 28th at 7:20. That's when the first games start for the week. You can see the rules here. Players are free to challenge their roster against that of any other team for the week. Both parties must have challenge entry fee in their account at the time to accept the challenge. We take a little bit of a management fee here. 10% of the challenge goes to us because we're handling it, paying out the money and stuff like that. So kind of a neat little feature. It's new this year, side bet challenge. You can bet anybody on here, anybody in your league. Just go to, again, it's team. You look under the team heading and then side challenge, kind of a side challenge, kind of a neat little thing you can do on all the league home pages, and I think it's kind of fun. A nice little added feature for our site. I know some people have been asking to add this to our site, and we did it this year. So we're excited to add that and help you make any side bets you might have. So that's our side bet challenge that you can do here at Real Time Fantasy Sports. Okay, let's talk about the championships now. We're going to look at the Fantasy Championship. Best Ball Championship. This week, the RTFFC color we're doing is white. So those are the three championships we're going to look at this week. Let's look at the Fantasy Championship leaderboard. I believe the leader has not changed this week. So let me bring that up here and you can see it. Give me 1 second here. This is the Fantasy Championship, $300,000 on the line. Here it is. Here is the current leader. It is still Cocktails and Dreams. This is Chad Schrader's team. Coyote 23 is in second. Dush Daddy is in third. I believe he was up there last week as well. He made a move in recent weeks. The Islet team, he's been up there in recent weeks as well. Richard Mallon, he is in 8th place. So right now, Cocktails and Dreams is still winning. He's still got a decent little lead. I think it's about, I can't read that too well on here because it's going off my page. I think he's up by about 10 points over the Coyote 23 team. So he's still doing well. Chad Schrader, Cocktails and Dreams. Let's look at his team to see how he got there this week. See if those bye weeks that were just brutal this past week probably didn't impact him too much, or maybe he was a good owner and he was able to get some good fill-in players. Let's take a look now. So here's Chad's team. He's just 5-2, but he's first overall in scoring. Tom Brady, Devontae Booker, Aaron Jones, Darrell Williams, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp. So Cooper Kupp's really been doing great for him. Quez Watkins, he had to start him this week because of some bye weeks. As you can see, his bench has Mike Williams, Chase Claypool, Austin Eckler as well. So he was hit hard by bye weeks. Still managed to score 169 points. So good job to Cocktails and Dreams for keeping it going this week. Cooper Kupp, obviously a big factor for this team in doing very well. Tom Brady also having just a monster season, posting big touchdown numbers every week. And then Kyle Pitts, a guy emerging as an elite fantasy tight end right now. So Chad Schrader leads the fantasy championship right now. That's his team. He actually beat a team that was 6-0 going into this game, Mike Genham, who scored 148 points. Not a bad week for him at all. But he was not able to beat Cocktails and Dreams, and that's who's winning the fantasy championship right now after 7 weeks of action. So good work to Cocktails and Dreams. Let's look at the Best Ball Championship now. Let me bring that up, show everybody who's winning that one. And here it is. First place overall is Richard Mallon. He is still winning it all. He has the second and third place team. He had a bunch of teams up there last week. Some of them fell off a little bit. He actually has 2 in the top 10. The CG LVR Smoking Stogies, he is in second place. He trails by about 45 points to Richard Mallon's team. Mallon's has a third place team as well. Then we have Mensa Ball. I think he's been up there in recent weeks too. Keith Stone 621. He's in fourth. Boom Party in sixth. Delaney 184 in seventh. Gladiator 04 in eighth. And then Mensa Ball's in ninth as well. So he has 2 teams up there, just like Richard Mallon in the top 10. Richard Mallon's team that is winning it all is really good. I want to bring that up for you right now. This is going to be a tough team to beat if injuries don't hit, but it's really impressive. I was looking at it earlier today. Let's see Richard's team. Give me 1 second here. And here it is. So you can look at his team. 226 last week. I mean, some huge games. 226 is a big number. I mean, he leads his league by, I guess, 250 points or so, 260. So Joe Burrow, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, Jamar Chase. That receiver core is just fantastic. And then if you look at his bench, he had Antonio Brown, Mike Williams on the bench. So these are 2 players that didn't play last week. Brown was hurt. Williams had a bye. Also had Najee Harris on a bye. And then his quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones as well. So this is a really good-looking team. Richard Mallon really killing it right now in the best ball. If injuries don't hit his team, he's really going to be tough to beat. Now he has Kenneth Gainwell also on his bench, and he gets a chance to start because of injury to Miles Sanders. So good work to Richard Mallon. He's winning the best ball championship after 7 weeks of action. Still a lot of time to go, but right now that team's looking really, really good. Let's go to the RTFFC White. That's the color we're going to look at this week in the RTFFC League. We have several colors. I think it's like 11 or 12. I'm not positive, but we're going to look at RTFFC White right now. Ralph Schiavon, one of our friends here at Real Time Fantasy Sports, he's winning it all. He's up by 4 points over the chairman. Then AC Fantasy Sports, he's in third. Swiper's in fourth. So a lot of our big time players are in this one and doing well. Sudsy Buds is in fifth. Mike KA is in sixth. Victorian 17's in seventh, and we have Winston in eighth. Take a Knee in ninth, and then You Hate Me in 10th. So right now, Ralph Schiavon has a slim lead over the chairman. Let's look at Ralph's team here real quick. See how he's doing. He's a really good owner. Like I said, he's been in a lot of our expert leagues, and I've actually had him on as an interview subject on one of my videos before in the past, so he does a good job. Let's look at his team here. Ralph's team, he had 120 points last week, so he did not have a great week. He won by 1 point, and he's only 4-3, but he's first overall in scoring, so that's kind of interesting. He's lost some games, obviously had some big weeks. Cooper Kupp's on his team, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Cortland Sutton, Darnell Mooney. Sutton's starting to get going a little bit. Let's go to his bench. Austin Eckler had a bye this past week. Mike Williams was off as well. So those are two big-time players on his bench. Josh Allen on his bench too. So that's probably why his scoring was a little down. But this is a good team overall for Ralph. So he's winning the RTFFC White right now. Good work to him. That is our championship recap for the week. So those are all of our championship recaps. I talked about the Best Ball Championship, Fantasy Championship, RTFFC White. Those are the current leaders after 7 weeks of action. Hopefully you're doing well in all of your leagues, doing well in these championships. Anybody have any questions about anything? Again, feel free to put them in the chat. I don't see anything in there right now. But as always, you can email me at jeff@rtsports.com or hit me up on Twitter at jeffpower. So that's RT Sports Weekly for this week. Like I mentioned, Super Shootout this week, rtsports.com/super-shootout. That's how you can get into that. It's $10 to get in. 100% payout, $1,000 to the winner. We're doing 3 games. It's the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game, the afternoon game. Oh, shoot. I can't think off the top of my head now. I got to click on it, but I think it was let me look right here. I'm bringing it up on my page. It was the Tampa Bay Saints game, and then the Cowboys-Vikings is the night game for the Super Shootout. Get into that. It's a great contest, and it's 100% payout, like I mentioned, chance to win some money, and we pay out a lot of spots. So get in the Super Shootout this week. All right, that's RT Sports Weekly for this week. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you weren't able to join live, you can see it on our YouTube page. I'll post it shortly after this is over. But again, I love it when people are in here live. If they have any questions about anything, they can hit me up. So please watch this live if you can get away from whatever you're doing. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern every week here on Twitch. And my channel is JPower18, JPAUR 18. Okay, good luck in Week 18. This has been Jeff Power for Real Time Fantasy Sports. Have a great day, everyone.